What are you holding?
Eye of the Tiger.
Oh, God, not again. Welcome back to the Out of Touch podcast. I'm Chris, that's Bill, and today we are watching Rocky 3 from 1982. So, Bill, what did you think of Rocky 3?
I think this is definitely one of the better Rocky sequels. I don't think it's the best one, but it's better than 4, better than 5.
I will say I like this movie a lot, but oddly enough, I think Rocky 2 was better still.
I mean, it's much more of a serious, dramatic movie. This is kind of the bridge movie to Rocky 4. It's got like one foot still in the dramatic, but then it's got another foot kind of in the ridiculous.
Yeah. It's interesting because Rocky pretty much has become Apollo in this movie.
Very much so. Like, we open up with the ending of the fight, and then we get this great montage to Eye of the Tiger showing Rocky's rise in fame and fortune and glory, winning title defenses, getting endorsements, being on the Muppet Show.
Yeah, he's got his like nice suits on with his like tie clip and everything.
And motorcycle, all while he's just getting the evil eye from Clubber Lang.
Man, it's funny because, Clubber Lang, played by Mr. T, I don't know if this is his like first role.
It's one of, if at the very least, because it even says introducing Mr. T as Clubber Lang. This is pre-A-Team.
Okay, because, the whole time I'm watching this, because, I grew up watching A-Team reruns, and it's like, this is so weird seeing Mr. T be a bad guy.
Oh,
because he's, like, the worst, too.
Oh, yeah, he is so against what most people remember Mr. T as, because he's this tough guy who pitted that fool, but he's also a role model for the kids. This guy's like, I'll kill you! I'll kill you! I'll kill all of you!
He's like so angry, and they give you like no reason about why he's angry, except for like he wants a chance to be the champion, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, he has no backstory.
Yeah.
He's just like he's like a monster almost.
Also, you mentioned I Pity the Fool, and I'm like, is this where it started?
I guess.
Like,
because he says it in this movie.
Yeah.
But this is before he was famous.
And he says it like at the very end of the movie with that one interview, and he's just like,
No, I don't hate Balboa, but I pity the fool.
I don't know. Maybe it was something he said in real life that he kind of threw into the movie, and it just became a catchphrase. I don't know. I don't know the backstory of I Pity the Fool.
Yeah.
But this is definitely where most people heard it for the first time.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I know Mr. T, like, just from a little bit of his, like, real-life backstory. He was, like, some sort of, like, bouncer at a club and kind of, like, an eccentric bouncer. I think the stuff with him, like, wearing, like, the feathers in his ears and stuff was just, like, that's just something he did.
I could see that.
But, like, that's all I really know about him, like, outside of, like, the A-Team and
I just
stuff.
know him from his persona.
Yeah.
Mr. T.
Exactly.
Who pities fools and doles out lessons to kids as a cartoon character sometimes.
Indeed. But I guess that's where it all started. But yeah.
Presumably.
So Rocky 3, I think I have not seen this movie in a very long time because there are like aspects of this movie I remembered, but then like stuff I like totally forgot. One of the things like I think people always talk about is like Hulk Hogan in this movie, but he's not really in the movie for that long.
No, it's just an extended glorified cameo, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, this could kind of help propel him too, because this is before anyone knew who Hulk Hogan was on a national level. He was semi-known in the WWF.
Yes.
And the AWA, but this is before Hulkamania, brother. This is before that. This kind of helped lead to that. From what I remember hearing, I don't know if this is true or if this is just Hulk Hogan BS, because he's a notorious bullshitter, that he took the role in Rocky 3 against the wishes of McMahon Sr.
Okay.
Which kind of led to him being in the AWA for a little while, but I don't know. I'm not really sure what the truth is. If that came from Hulk Hogan, it's not true.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because Rocky is doing a wrestling boxing match with this guy named
For charity.
Called Thunder Lips.
Yes.
And like he's supposed to be like the biggest like alpha male or like super attractive and stuff, and God, he just goes nuts. Like Like, it is kind of like what you're saying, like the cartooniness of it.
Yeah.
Because he just like goes in the crowd and he's like attacking people, and Rocky has to like get him back into the ring.
They kind of walk the line with wrestling in terms of being like a work versus a shoot, where Rocky clearly is like kind of aware, oh yeah, wrestling's not real. Oh, we'll just do a fan. But I guess being that presumptuous right there in the ring offends Thunderlips, so he's like, I'm gonna stretch you, brother.
It is kind of funny because at the beginning he's like, hey, can we get a Polaroid after the match? And he's just like, screw you, I'm gonna destroy you. And then
And the bell rings, he's like, hey.
then he's just like a normal guy, and he's just like, yeah, no problem.
It's like, it's the name of the game, man.
Yeah.
It's just putting on a show.
It was an interesting turn for like that cameo. It's just like, huh, this is like before people knew wrestling was like, I don't want to say fake because it's not fake, but like scripted, because you know the outcomes and stuff.
Yeah. You can't fake falling down
Yeah.
very much.
No, definitely not.
You can't really do that. You can fall in a specific way to hurt less,
Yes.
but it'll still hurt.
Oh yeah. But it is insane too, because when Thunderlips is coming out, like I think Rocky says like, hey, is he like being lifted up on somebody's shoulders?
I think Paulie said it.
Yeah, and it's like, nope.
He is quite a sight, all decked out in red.
Why are they carrying him?
He's walking.
It's like, yeah, this is just a giant of a man who's like,
he's walking.
yeah, it's Sylvester Stallone's pretty big, and then like,
He's not really that tall though.
I guess not. I always think of him being like huge
Yeah,
though.
he's a movie star. He's larger than life, but he's not like a super tall guy. You put him next to Hulk Hogan.
He's like at like Hulk Hogan's like center of the chest, and like Hulk Hogan's looking down at him, and I'm like, holy crap, Hulk Hogan, man.
My favorite little moment in that was Rocky asking Mickey, how much do you think this guy eats? And Mickey's just like, about 202 pounds. And then you just hear the announcer, Bill, Rocky's weight is 202 pounds. And Rocky just like looks at him and Mickey just smirks.
Nice.
I love that. It's a great little moment between those two.
Yeah. But I guess like the main part of the movie is like Rocky's getting ready to retire. Mickey is very clearly like sick or something.
Yeah, he's getting up there. We see him grab his chest when things go too crazy during the Thunderlips fight. We know he's been watching Clubber Lang's fights being like, oh God.
Yeah. Just in the audience, and he's like, this guy's a monster.
And Rocky's like, well, maybe I could fight him. Like, no, you can't, Rock.
Yeah.
He'll kill you.
He's gonna murder you. It's like you don't got that
You don't got the fire anymore,
yeah,
Rock.
you're not hungry enough. This guy's hungry.
He's a killer, Rocky.
He is a killer. He's like just like destroys people, and he's like fighting them too.
Yeah, like we see like in one of the opening montage, he has like that one guy knocks him down, and he just hits him in the head again.
Yeah.
Which we see somebody do that in one of the Creed movies. He got DQ'd for that.
Yeah.
Did Clubber get DQ'd?
I don't think so.
Probably not.
Clubber just seems like so unnecessarily angry. And
It's like one of those things where it's like, I'm going to disqualify you, Clubber Lang. It's like, never mind. I don't see nothing.
Yeah.
He fell.
They should have had some backstory for him, I think.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? When I first like watched this movie like again with like fresh eyes after like seeing it like maybe years ago and as a kid, I first impression of Clubber Lang was like, is this guy based on Mike Tyson?
Yeah,
He's
but this
not.
is way before Mike
It's
Tyson.
a few years before he
Yeah.
got like really well known, so it's just like a weird coincidence that I got that vibe.
Kind of, yeah, because I guess Mike Tyson was a little bit like that. I mean, he did say he was going to eat somebody's children,
You
and
can't. It's hard to come back from that.
yeah. And Clubber Lang
It's
definitely
just like
is
this
like
like
that.
very like brutal fighter who ends fights quickly.
Yeah,
So like that's the vibe I got.
he's all power.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was some boxers he was inspired by. A lot of the fighters in the Rocky movies are based on real ones.
Yeah,
I just don't know what fighters Clubber Lang might be based on.
but
Because he feels like Mike Tyson.
he
even
does. He does feel like Mike Tyson.
I guess maybe Mike Tyson was watching Rocky 3 and be like, I'll do that.
It is weird too, like watching this movie and they're talking about like, the up and come young boxer who's like Mr. T, and you're just like, whoa. It's like Mr. T is so young in this movie.
A long time ago.
He's more like just like, I don't know. There's not a abbreviated like Mr. to sound younger. So he's just T. He didn't earn that Mister yet.
He just got to uppercase.
Yeah.
He was lowercase t until a couple years ago.
Yeah, he's Mr. T, but the T is lowercase. But yeah, it's crazy. And
Clubber Lang antagonizes him into a fight when they're dedicating the statue, which is a real statue that Stallone commissioned. They made 2 of them, and one of them is still by the Philly steps to this very day.
yes.
Just not in the spot in the movie. They're kind of off to the side, but they're still there. We see him a couple times in some of the later movies, like the Creed ones.
Yeah.
And yeah, he antagonizes Rocky. He was all like, "Hey, Adrian, huh?"
Yeah, that was kind of like, oh, geez.
Yeah, he's like, I'll show you a good time." And Rocky's like, "I'll kill you."
Yeah, seriously.
But like, he gets mad, but he's not taking his training serious. It's
mean-
a show. He turns it into a show.
I mean, yeah.
There's like selling souvenirs. There's reporters everywhere. And like, you see Mickey being like trying to get him to focus, but it's like he's constantly like posing and just
Yeah, smiling for the camera. It's interesting because, like, you know, like the movie is like kind of ridiculous, but then it has like serious moments. Like before, like the whole movie begins, there's like the moment with like Paulie being drunk at the bar,
'Cause-
and like he's all like jealous of Rocky and stuff, and he's like, you owe me, and Rocky's like, I don't owe you anything, and
it's
then
like, "Can I have a job?" You just had to ask, Paulie.
yeah,
Because we see in the opening credits, like he's kind of giving Rocky the stink eye too, but that gets resolved pretty quickly.
yeah, it's just like, oh man, Paulie, what are you doing?
Before they take the fight with Clubber, there's that moment with Rocky and Mickey, because Mickey's like, "I don't want no part of it." Like he's threatening to quit,
Yeah,
but Rocky finds out that Mickey's been just giving him easier fights.
yeah,
He's like, "Hey, there's good fighters, Rock, but they're not killers." So he doesn't. So suddenly Rocky feels lesser as a champion, being like, "Oh no, am I a fraud? No,
Yeah.
I gotta prove that I'm not a fraud." And, you know, it goes the way it goes.
It's funny too, because like he's just like he has to prove that he's not a fraud, but like at the same time he's still like kind of cocky. You know, he's doing the training with everybody around
Yeah.
with the balloons. You know, we got Paulie like selling the Rocky hats. Like that's so funny. He just has like a million of them on, and I'm just like, oh man, like what is this? Like a carnival? Because like
Kind of.
like when I saw the banner like the champ trains here, I was just like, what is happening?
Mickey calls it a circus.
Yeah.
He's just right.
Yeah, they have that interview before the fight, and it's like, what are you gonna do when after the fight? And you know, Rocky's like, we're gonna join the circus.
There's a bit of a confrontation in the hallway. Mickey has another heart attack or something.
Well, like Clover kind of like hits him, or like just like kind of pushes him into the railing, and you know, he's an old man. At least he looks old. It'd probably be like, oh, that guy who played Mickey, he was like 52 actually, but you know, back-
He was kind of up there at that point.
I was surprised that Mickey just like straight up dies in this movie. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't think he died in any of the movies. I just thought he was in all of them until Rocky 6, where they're like, he's dead.
Yeah, he died off screen. Nope, he died on screen. He's not Adrian and Paulie. He gets an on-screen death.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, it's like right when like he's gonna fight Clubber Lang for the first time, and
Mickey demand like, "No, go back out, go out there and fight. Wait a, don't take me to a hospital."
yeah, and you know Rocky fights Clubber Lang and literally gets destroyed.
Yeah, he goes out. He comes out swinging, but his head's not in the game. He's not prepared for this fight. Like Clubber, he's snapping at everybody. Apollo Creed's there to help, like on commentary. He goes in the ring to shake Clubber by his hand. Goes to shake Clubber's hand. Clubber's like, "Fuck you, man."
Yeah, he's just like,
Creed.
yeah, he's like, get out of here, old man. Like,
Some of you know hair's been messing up my collar. And you better get that bad look off your face before I knock it off. Come on. Wanna jump? Jump. Come on. Come on, Creed. Come on.
And Apollo goes to Rocky like, "Hurt him.
Yeah.
Please hurt him."
he's so unnecessarily angry.
I would love to know why he's so angry.
Yeah,
It is kind of an unanswered question.
yeah. It's just like he's
There's
just
some
like,
trauma there.
yeah, it's just like pure rage. It's like, who hurt you, Clover? Like, why are you so angry?
It's like, it turns out, no, nobody hurt him.
He's just born mad.
He punched his way out of the womb.
Oh no!
He's like, "I pity the fool."
He is so over the top, but yeah, he just like destroys Rocky, and even while Rocky's fighting him, he's just like, he's too strong.
Yeah. Wins in what, the second round?
I think it's second round, yeah. And then you know, we get the death of Mickey after that, and Mickey's like, "Did you beat him?" And Rocky's just like, "Yeah, we beat him.
We did it.
Yeah."
We did it, Mickey.
Then I guess it's like revealed like Mickey's Jewish.
I think the actor was Jewish, so
Okay.
whatever.
But yeah, and then got like Apollo showing up to kind of take over Rocky's training after that.
Yeah, because he's just like, Apollo's got two thoughts in his mind. One, he doesn't like Clubber Lang, wants to put him in his place.
Yeah.
He wants to help Rocky, but he wants to fight Rocky again, as we find out later.
Yeah.
He's like, no, you ain't going down. No, I stayed in shape because you ain't going out like this, Stallion. Nah.
It's interesting because, you know, it's almost like, you know, Apollo's kind of become like a lot more humble.
He got
Like,
humbled.
yeah.
He got his ass kicked and he got humbled.
He's almost like, you know, he's like willing to like not be in the limelight and everything. He's going to train Rocky. Like, he wants to train him like the way he was trained from the beginning. So he takes Rocky to like Los Angeles. Got like Paulie being like kind of like racist, I guess, while they're down there. And also like just like criticizing LA, where he's like, this place is a dump.
Well,
Like,
I mean, he probably came along on the trip because he thought they were going to go to a nice hotel, go around Hollywood. Instead, they're just like Fleabag, hole in the wall.
yeah,
You should have just stayed at home in the mansion with Robert, you know?
yeah.
Should have just stayed home.
But it's funny. Rock even says like Apollo just can't stand Paulie, and it's like, listen, it takes like 6 years to warm up to him. Like, it's just a mean man.
Yeah, he never gets less grumpy.
Yeah. But you know, the training is interesting because it's like all very different than what Rocky is used to, because he's like a brawler, but Apollo's trying to make him more of like, I guess, like a tactical type of fighter, like
trying to
speed.
Teach him to duck and move, dance in the ring a bit.
Yeah. And like they're trying to get him, and it's just like not working. It's not in the game, and
Yeah, he's still reeling over Mickey's death.
yeah, we get the like moment in the movie where it reminds you like, oh yeah, this is a dramatic movie with like Adrian yelling at Rocky, and like him being like, I'm afraid because I don't want to lose anything, and like Adrian's like, what are you gonna lose? Like the house? Like, we'll buy another house. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you could beat this guy. You just got to get past yourself in order to beat this guy.
And, you know, it's a Rocky movie. Cue the training montage.
I mean, probably like the most, I guess, famous training montage of the Rocky movies, because it's the one with the Eye of the Tiger.
I would say the most famous one is still him running up the steps.
True.
And the second most famous is him running up the mountain and screaming, Drago!
I don't know. It's like weird because this is the one with the Eye of the Tiger, and Apollo is constantly like, "You got to get the Eye of the Tiger again."
The song is famous, but the montage isn't.
It's true. I guess people just think that song is in the first Rocky movie, but it's not. It's in this movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's in Rocky IV, because
I think it's briefly in the beginning when they recap the fight.
Okay.
But that's it.
It's kind of like the theme of the movie. I don't know if that song was like written for this movie.
I believe it was. I've read before that I think Stallone originally wanted to try to get Another One Bites the Dust, but couldn't get the rights. At one point, they almost used the song "You're the Best."
Okay.
But they ended up getting Survivor to do Eye of the Tiger, and the Karate Kid got to do "You're the Best," and I think everything's better for it.
Yeah.
You know, Eye of the Tiger's a good song.
It is a
I
good
like
song.
it.
I like the Eye of the Tiger. It's a great song.
Yeah.
But
And what would Karate Kid be without "You're the Best"?
I don't know. That's a movie that I probably should see one day.
I should probably at least see it again. I haven't seen it since I was a kid. Especially because I've watched all these seasons of Cobra Kai.
I've literally only seen the one with Jackie Chan and Jaden.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know, but I watched Cobra Kai.
Okay.
But, like, I don't know. I didn't watch the prequel to Cobra Kai, I guess. Cobra Kai Episode 0.
Oh, vey.
But, yeah, who knows? Maybe I'll watch it and be like, wait, that shit happened when they were kids? Even though they constantly hint at it, talk about it.
They show it.
Yeah.
They show clips from all the movies.
Yeah, I've mostly seen the movie by now. because of Cobra Kai.
I guess you've seen all the important parts.
Yeah. I know all of it. Wax on, wax off.
Mouth off.
But anyway, Rocky. Get the training on the beach. You know, the racing on the beach. Get the dodging training and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's really good. Like, you know, there's not too much to say about the training except it's cool. Like, you know, the ducking and weaving. And then we finally get to the big day where he's going to fight Clubber Lang. And
Yep.
it's funny because Clubber Lang just, like, disappears from the movie until, like, the very end, too.
He's an antagonist, but he's not really a character.
Yeah.
He's a flat character.
Because they show him...
we see him training. That's about it.
Yeah, I was going to say, they show him training when Rocky's doing his, like, jokey training.
And we get, like, a brief interview clip where he's like, yeah, I'll fight him again.
Yeah. He's just... no, he says, like, I won't fight him. He's like, I'm gonna torture him or something. He says something like crazy like that.
Yeah.
He's like, it won't be a fight. He's like, it would be like a murder or something.
Yeah.
He's just like, I'm gonna torture him the whole time.
There won't be no quick knockdowns. I'm gonna torture him. I'm gonna crucify him real bad.
He's like really sadistic for some reason.
It just makes it easier for us to root for Rocky.
Yeah.
If you know, it's not like Apollo. We had the multi-layered character who we kind of understand and don't necessarily hate. I think this time they just wanted somebody for us to be like, get him, Rocky! Punch him in the face!
Yeah, it's kind of weird because, like, the contrast is, like, Apollo is, like, a person.
Yeah.
But, like, Clubber Lang is just, like, a force of nature.
Kind of.
and that's all you know about him. Like, they never kind of, like, humanize him. He's just, like...
No, they really don't.
He's just, like, this angry man that, like, Rocky has to defeat.
And he's never showed up in any of the other movies to get some humanization later like Drago did.
Yeah.
So he's just this force that came in, punched, took the belt, and ran.
Yeah. Yeah, because I guess he was champion for, like, a pretty short period of time. Maybe only, like, I don't know, like, maybe,
months, maybe.
yeah, like 5 or 6 months,
Depending
maybe.
on how, I don't think he defended the belt against anybody else.
Yeah. But, you know, we got the grand finale, their big fight.
Which is, I think, the only fight in the entire franchise that we just see the whole fight. There's only 3 rounds. There's no montage. There's no weird mindscape like in Creed 3.
Oh, yeah. This kind of reminded me a little bit of Creed 3, but...
There's a little bit of it in Creed 3.
Yeah,
There's
but they kind of, like, gave you backstory for the guy who was fighting in Creed 3.
Well, that was a personal fight.
Yeah.
There's something personal to it, but has nothing to do with Clubber Lang. Clubber Lang is just an obstacle.
Yeah. He's just this crazy man. But...
I do like that fight. I like, especially once Rocky starts to win and he's just like, whoop, ducking and weaving, and just like bashing him in the face, and Clubber can't get a hit on him.
Yeah.
Because he just keeps dodging him.
He's just like a completely different fighter now. They
Yeah.
even say, like, at the beginning of the fight, like, he looks a lot leaner. Like, he's probably like 20 pounds lighter. And they even say, like, you know, he weighs like 190 in this fight, where the other fight he was like 200 and like 22. So he like really slimmed down, you know, and his like fighting technique is completely different until like the second round.
I mean, Rocky for the first time ever learned to not get hit in the face.
Yeah.
Whereas his technique in the other 2 movies was, I'll just let him punch me until he gets tired, and then I beat him up.
Yeah. And he more or less kind of does that in this fight too,
Well,
but it's like different because he lets him punch him sometimes, but he's also like dodging a lot of his punches.
He's trying to get Clubber Lang to tire himself out.
Yeah.
Because that's the strategy. It's like Clubber Lang doesn't do long fights. He ends his fights quick. So if I gas him out, I can just go to town on him, which is what he does. He gasses him out. He's just on fumes, throwing a few punches but can barely do anything and just get pummeled.
Yeah. I do like the trash talking Rocky does while they're fighting. Like, he's like, come on, is that the best you got? Like, my grandma can hit harder than that or something.
You ain't so bad. Come on.
He's just like, I'm going to get you, fool. Like, but yeah, we get Rocky just like, I guess he knocks him out, like, when he's all gassed out. And
Wins the belt back.
And then...
He had the eye of the tiger.
Yeah. And then I guess like the ending of this movie is
It's the first Rocky movie with a coda.
Yeah.
Because they usually just end right after the fight. But we get a little bit more. We got Apollo and Rocky. They're talking, laughing. and we find out that Apollo's payment for training Rocky was one more fight behind closed doors, just the two of them, and we get the famous Rocky 3 freeze frame.
Yeah, I think it's interesting too because it just shows like how much like Apollo has like kind of like grown as a person, where he's just like, I'm doing this fight for me and like nobody else.
Yes.
Like there's nobody around. It's like just for me and like Rocky to like fight. Like
his own self-assurance.
yeah,
He has grown because previously Apollo would just be like, you know how much money we could make after a third fight, Rock? I'm just saying we should maybe sell a few tickets to this.
yeah.
But he's just like, nah, man, this is just for me.
It's a really cool moment.
And it's left open-ended until Creed about who won.
Yeah. Which is like, I guess Apollo won.
Apparently.
Yeah. I mean, Apollo was kind of like running circles around Rocky during that training, so it does make sense.
Yeah, I mean, he'd been retired for a few years, but he didn't miss a step.
Yeah.
He probably should have stayed retired after that.
Yeah.
That's a different movie.
That is a different movie, but I will say I really like Rocky 3.
Yeah, it's an enjoyable movie. It's a bit sillier than the previous two, but it still has just enough of the heart to still be pretty good.
Yeah, and all the Rocky and Apollo stuff is great.
Yes, I like the Rocky Apollo stuff. I like the Rocky Mickey stuff.
Yeah, and that ending is great. It's like one of the best like endings to like
that
the movie.
That painting is in Rocky's restaurant in the later movies.
Oh, okay.
It's just like up on the wall. I don't know if it's like the actual painting or if it's just like a copy of it.
It was just Rocky.
It's that image.
It's just Rocky, Apollo, and then they had a painter there. They didn't show him, but he was in the background. He had like a little beret on and everything, and he was just like,
A little bit of, there we go.
a little bit of color. But yeah, it's a great ending to a pretty great movie.
Yeah.
And it almost seems like, I don't know like how Rocky 4 came to be, but it seems like this was supposed to be like the end. Yeah, exactly. I know it was money, but it's like a great like trilogy.
Yeah, they could have stopped here, and the Rocky franchise would have been like remembered as like, oh, it was that great series. There was not the best, but it's still pretty good. Yeah, but Rocky 4 is like freaking ridiculous, and Rocky 5 not so good. Rocky 6 thankfully fixed it.
Yeah.
And you know the Creed movies they're good too. But
Yeah.
kind of their own thing now, which is fine.
Yep.
But there's one detail I got to bring up because I just find it funny from the back to the beginning during that opening montage. They use real footage of Stallone when he guest starred on the Muppet Show, and they actually got Jim Henson to come in and be like, Rocky Balboa, yay! Like they actually got him to just come and record that line.
They show him like punching a punching bag with the Muppets, and I'm like, I guess that's what happened during
that's in one of the parts. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you can find it's out there. You can watch it. It's on Disney Plus, I think.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I just like the fact that Jim Henson was cool enough to be like, yeah, I'll come and record a quick line. Rocky Balboa, yay! I think that's neat.
It is pretty cool.
It's cool. Like, yeah, you could have just had the footage and it would have been fine. But the fact that they went the extra mile to get Jim Henson to record 2 words as Kermit the Frog for the movie.
There you go. But yeah, Kermit Frog approved. Rocky 3. But go watch Rocky 3. It's a great movie. And get that eye of the tiger off the table.
Eat it. That's how you get the power.
I thought I had to eat the heart.
No, eye of the tiger. Oh my God, you sick bastard.
I pity the fool.